Buckeyes in their home scarlet uniforms, kicking off to the Bruins, who are wearing all white. Mikey Matthews will watch that kick land in the end zone for a touchback. This is a UCLA offense that averages 344 yards per game. But as you mentioned during the week, Jim, they've allowed 22 sacks. One of them is the tailback, Thomas, moving in motion to get a screen coming right side at his own 20, cut down at the 21-yard line by All-American safety Caleb Downs.
Working against the tight end there, Habermill. He was able to cut underneath that block, and soon as it was thrown out to the flat there, and Caleb Downs there to make a tackle for loss of 2 yards.
And Bo Jackson behind him at tailback. Single receivers right and left. And the snap to Julian Sain. Hands it to Bo Jackson. Coming to the left side. Gets to his own 40-yard line. Taken down at his own 42-yard line by linebacker Isaiah Chisholm. And it's a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
A little pushing and shoving after that play. They haven't broken up yet. Now they do. Brandon Ennis was there. Bo Jackson, number 25. Bo picked up the first down. Ran it wide left. Was able to turn the corner and get a nice gain.
Career best 14 carries for 75 yards last week at Purdue. Now Smith will motion to the left for quarterback Julian Sain, who looks to throw. Sain looking, throws right side where it is caught and dropped as the receiver Rogers right to the UCLA 41-yard line by defensive back Scooter Jackson. Bryson Rogers with a catch to move the chains again.
Real good pass pro by that offensive line, and Julian Sain putting it on the money. Completing 80% of his passes coming in. He's 2 for 2 right now.
5th catch of the year for junior Bryson Rogers. 1st and 10 Ohio State at the UCLA 41. Scoreless first quarter. Jackson remains in the backfield to the right of quarterback Julian Sain, who's going to fling it in the air once more. Tosses up the left side. Complete. Jeremiah Smith. What a magical catch at the 23 of UCLA, where he had a defender right on him. Corner Andre Jordan. There's the Jeremiah Smith catch that became such headline news last year. First down Buckeyes.
Well, over the last 3 games, he's been targeted 17 times with 17 catches. That time he just needed one hand, and we've seen a couple of those this year.
A career-high 10 catches last week at Purdue. And the ball marked at the UCLA 23-yard line. 1st and 10 Ohio State, 10.5 to play, scoreless first quarter. Sain gets the snap out of the gun. Hands it Bo Jackson, sprinting straight ahead. Jackson drags the pile to the 5-yard line, pushes the pile to the 2, gets to the 1, and now the pile looks like it's going to be pushed backwards. It's pushed forward, and the officials are going to blow the play dead before the pile moved into the end zone. Safety Cole Martin was the lead tackler for UCLA. Julian Sain under center. 1st and goal from the UCLA 1. Give to Jackson. Straight ahead. He goes into the end zone for a touchdown run of 1 yard. Bo Jackson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and it's 6-0 Ohio State.
What an excellent drive by Ohio State to start this ball game. Took it right on down the field. Picked up 5 first downs. Had a big play by Jeremiah Smith for 18 yards. Excellent job by this Ohio State offense. After the defense forced a 3 and out, they take it down and score the first touchdown of the game.
They certainly do, and the PAT unit will be on. Jackson remains at tailback next to quarterback Julian Sain, who's going to go to work in the air again. Sain looks. He fires up the right side of the field. Caught at the 31 by Brandon Ennis. Dropped right there at the 31 by safety Cole Martin, but it's a first down. Julian Sain to Brandon Ennis.
2nd catch of the ball game for Brandon Ennis, back-to-back. So obviously they got a little connection going there. Julian Sain still perfect throwing the football 5 for 5 for 50 yards.
That play put at the 32 on the Ohio State side of the field. Sain gets a quick snap again. Looks right, looks left, still looking, throws on a left angle where it is caught. Jeremiah Smith stepping out of bounds at the Ohio State 40-yard line, and he did so in front of defensive back Scooter Jackson. Jeremiah Smith did. Single receivers right and left, 2 slot receivers on the left. Sain gets the snap, looks to the left, looks to the right, drops backwards and throws that ball where it's caught by Quincy Porter, moves his way to the 42 of UCLA where he is dropped by corner Roderick Pleasant, but freshman Quincy Porter with a catch that gets the Buckeyes what should be another first down. They haven't moved the sticks yet, but they should.
9.
Oh.
8 and 9.
Okay, so.
Rolling on the field, the receiver was blocked out of bounds, reestablished, and made the catch. First down.
Okay, well, you got to move the markers.
Yeah, you got to move the markers, and they haven't done that yet.
They're going to wait until they do.
Now they are. First down at the Bruin 42 for Ohio State to lead 7-0. Sain at the 50 to throw. Steps to the pocket, short toss, middle of the field. Goes to Isaiah West, who goes to the UCLA 29. And he is wrestled down there by linebacker Jalen Woods. And that'll get the first down markers moved even faster this time on another conversion.
They're getting in clumps right now. Gained about 13, 14 that last one. 11 on this play here. He's already completed it to 5 different receivers. 6 now. Different receivers.
And Jaden Fielding will attempt a 41-yarder. Here's his kick. It's in the air, headed toward the uprights, and Jaden Fielding has knocked it through, making it 10-0 Ohio State. ahead of UCLA with 10.5 to play until halftime. 10-0 Ohio State leading. Sain out of an empty backfield, screens at right side. Milan Graham races upfield to his own 40, pushed out of bounds at his own 41-yard line by safety Cole Martin, and Milan Graham with a catch running up the right side.
The sophomore out of New Haven, Indiana, comes up with his 4th catch of the season.
Sain with a snap, hands it off Jackson, running straight up the middle, hits the 50. Right angle to the 40 of UCLA, to the Bruins 30, and take it down to the 28 of UCLA by safety Key Lawrence. There's a big bust up the middle for Ohio State to give him the first down.
Why take a shot when you got a guy like Bo Jackson kind of coming to his own? He's had back-to-back 100-yard games. He has 3 for the season. And, you look at some of the great backs in their first and second game here at Ohio State. They didn't get 100 yards back-to-back like Bo Jackson has.
No, they did not.
Bright start to his future.
1st and 10, Ohio State at the UCLA 28. 4th and 5, Ohio State at UCLA's 23. Now Innis will motion from left to right. Snap to Julian Sain, back to pass. Sain shoots that out on the right side where it's caught by Innis, stepping out of bounds to the 16 of the Bruins, right in front of corner Roderick Pleasant. And guess what? Another first down through the air, and the Buckeyes are in the Giant Eagle red zone.
Well, we got a guy like Julian Sain, as accurate as he is, why not, right? Go for it.
Yes.
That time they went for it and converted.
In the backfield west to the right of quarterback Julian Sain on this 3rd down at UCLA's 26. Sain with the ball, back to pass. Julian Sain looks. Sain still looking. Sain fires up the right sideline, and it is caught at the 11-yard line somehow by Jeremiah Smith, who had 2 defenders right there on him. Roderick Pleasant, corner, was one of them. We've seen a couple of amazing catches tonight by Jeremiah Smith. 4th and 5, Ohio State at the UCLA 11. Julian Sain set up in the shotgun with James Peoples next to him in the backfield. Sain gets the snap, looks to throw, eyeballs the left side of the end zone, eyeballs the middle of it, rolls to his right, still moving on the right side is Sain, throws in the end zone, caught at the goal line for a score as Jeremiah Smith Bryson Rogers makes the grab and leans in the end zone for the touchdown on an 11-yard play.
Well, that time they had 3 receivers to the left, Jeremiah Smith being one of them, 2 on the right there, and they decided, hey, we're going to use Jeremiah as a decoy. UCLA only rushed 3. Julian Sain had plenty of time, rolled out to his right, and found number 13, Bryson Rogers, for his first touchdown of the season.
Yes, it is. And for Julian Sain, his 25th TD pass of the year. And Sain kept that play alive with his movement toward the right sideline. 3rd and less than a yard, Bruins at their own 34. Quarterback Luke Duncan straight behind center, gets the snap, hands it Javian Thomas, and he's dropped for a loss by defensive lineman Kenyatta Jackson at the 30-yard line of the Bruins. Senior from Hollywood, Florida, swarmed him.
That's his 8th tackle for loss on the year, so UCLA now has to make a decision here on 4th down, and they're going to send their punt team out. This will be
been made.
The 4th punt, so Ohio State will have an opportunity here to go get some more points. They scored on every drive so far.
Sain gets the ball, feeds West, who goes running straight ahead, hits his own 30. On the move to his own 40, Isaiah West to the 50, dragging defenders to the UCLA 44-yard line before safety. Cole Martin lugs Isaiah West down to the ground after a big gain and a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, nice carry there by Isaiah West, running behind the center and right guard Gabe Van Sickle. Was able to pound through that linebacker depth and get into the safety depth towards the secondary.
1st and 10, Ohio State to the UCLA 19. 17-0 Buckeyes leading. Handoff goes Peoples. Run on the right side, he goes to the Bruin 15. Peoples to the 10, hurdles the defender to the 5, and takes it in the end zone for a 19-yard touchdown run by James Peoples, who just leaped over a defender to get into the end zone for the first time this season. James Peoples. And Ohio State now up 23-0.
Yeah, they had the safety, Cole Martin, come up, number 21. James Peoples just hurdled him right about the 9-yard line and was able to keep his balance, stay in bounds, and get into the end zone.
3rd career rushing touchdown for James Peoples, who had TDs in the first 2 weeks of last season. Gets his first of this season and excites the crowd. So 23-0 Ohio State on top. PAT unit on for point number 24. Luke Duncan with a snap. Hands it Anthony Woods, tailback running right side, runs right into the hold of linebacker Sonny Styles, who drops him at the 19-yard line.
He won a timeout here. Coach Dave wants a timeout. He gets it.
Carroll is at his own 7. Gets a belt-high snap. Gets the he punted it right into the belly of Caden Curry, and the ball's loose, and Ohio State's falling on it down around the UCLA 43. Caden Curry, I thought, was the player that the ball hit him right in the gut. and the Buckeyes are going to have the ball with a legitimate scoring opportunity.
Was that a block, or did he just miss-hit that?
Yes.
Yeah.
He just line drive that, and it looked like it hit Curry right in the gut, down on the field to Dom Tiberi.
Yeah, that was in golf. That was a chili dip. That was he botched that one, fellas. It was right in front of me, kicked it right into him. Holy smokes!
Well, Ohio State will have an opportunity here. Maybe 2, maybe 3 plays.
Furman snaps it. McGuire puts it down, fielding with a kick that is headed toward the uprights in the south end zone, and it is good to add to Ohio State's lead. And the Buckeyes now have a 27-0 advantage over UCLA with 1 second. Thank you, Skip. Left until halftime. Duncan gets the snap, and Duncan hands it off, and the stop is made at the 35-yard line. Caden McDonald, defensive lineman, dropped the runner who had no chance, Jalen Berger, going to the left side.
Yeah, it's a tackle for loss for Caden McDonald. That's 8 now on the season for him. He had 41 tackles coming into this ballgame, been very active inside.
Junior from Suwanee, Georgia, Caden McDonald. He's got to be headed towards some all-conference recognition.
I would think.
Will come to the right, Gilmer, for quarterback Luke Duncan, who gets the snap. Duncan hands it off, and his running back Woods is going to be grabbed and stopped short. Caden Curry, defensive end, blows that play up right at about the UCLA 44. So Ohio State is going to take over in plus territory. Carson Hinsman snaps it to Julian Sain. Sain throws up the middle of the field, caught by Mylan Graham, hit at the 50 and dropped at the 47 of UCLA by the Bruin safety Key Lawrence. It's a first down pickup to Mylan Graham through the air, presented by Kroger.
That's more like it. Put it right on the money there to Mylan Graham. Mylan Graham comes down with a catch and the first down. And
Julian Sain straight behind his center, Carson Hinsman, with Bo Jackson off his right hip. Sain gets the snap. Sets up to pass, some pressure coming, throws up the left side, and it is caught at the 26-yard line. Brandon Innes with a nice diving catch as he rolled in front of the defender. Andre Jordan to make that grab to pick up some of that yardage. Where are they going to spot that? Are they going to move the chains?
Yeah,
yes, they are. Okay.
Yep.
You just wondered for a minute. That ball's going to be put down to the UCLA 27.
Yeah, I think he gained 10. He needed 8 and got about 10 yards on that catch. Great catch here by Brandon Innes.
Yes. Junior from Hollywood, Florida.
The captain.
Buckeyes at the Bruin 20-yard line. Sain with the ball. Hands it Jackson. Trying to get around right tackle. Comes back to the middle of the field. He's got room to the 10, to the 5, and taken down at the 1. That stop gets made by safety Cole Martin. Bo Jackson almost got all the way to the house, but about a yard shy.
How about that cut? He started in the middle of the field, kind of went to his right, and then took a left-hand turn and almost got in the end zone. They'll mark that inside the 2-yard line.
We see Jelani Thurman and Bennett Christian come in.
Gain of
Extra
17.
Tight ends along with Nate Rogers. Julian Sain under center for Ohio State. Sain hands it off, going left side west, and he waltzes right into the end zone. Isaiah West for a 1-yard touchdown run. And Ohio State up 33-0.
Well, excellent drive there after sputtering on their first 2 drives. They punted on the first drive of the third quarter. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but the third drive they had success. Took it 69 yards into the end zone.
And Isaiah West with his second rushing touchdown of the 2025 season. PAT unit is on. John Furman to snap, Joe McGuire to hold, and the snap to Duncan. Back to throw. Looks, pressure coming, throws. It's caught out on the right side of the 10-yard line to the 5, and into the end zone is Quasi Gilmer with that touchdown catch. Running into the end zone, it is his third receiving touchdown of the season. Pagani's kick in the air. And it'll be fielded by Lorenzo Styles in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. Running on an angle to the left. He gets to the 15. To the 20 goes Lorenzo Styles. To the 30. To the 40 goes Lorenzo Styles. He's in a foot race to the end zone. Styles to the 20 of the Bruins to the 10. And he is in the end zone for a kick return. Touchdown. Lorenzo Styles. No flags. The first return on a kickoff for a touchdown for Ohio State since 2010. 40-7 Buckeyes.
Wow, what a play there by Lorenzo Styles. We're thinking, why are you bringing it out? He found a hole, cut up towards the Ohio State sideline, and now raced every Bruin into the end zone.
100 yards coast to coast for the former wide receiver, Lorenzo Styles. 40-7 Ohio State.
Haven't seen one like that since Ted Ginn did it.
Yes. PAT unit on. John Perlman to snap. Joe McGuire to hold. And Lincoln Keenholz will start at quarterback this possession. 1st and 10, Ohio State. Kema gets the snap to Keenholz, who looks to throw. Shoots that up the left side. Caught by Milan Graham to the Ohio State 45. Pushes a defender to where he's pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line. The play's made by defensive back Robert Stafford on Milan Graham. Keenholz in the shotgun. Gets the snap back at his own 44. Passes middle of the field where it is caught. And the receiver Roberts is dumped at the 39 of UCLA. He is stopped back there by safety Cole Martin and linebacker Donovan Palat. Keenholz with the snap, back to throw. Pressure coming. He'll throw up the left side of the field, and it is caught by Roberts stepping out of bounds at the 20 of UCLA. As Nate Roberts made that catch in front of safety Keen Lawrence. Keenholz to Roberts. 1st down, Ohio State. Keenholz with the snap, back to throw. Pressure coming. He'll throw up the left side of the field, and it is caught by Roberts stepping out of bounds at the 20 of UCLA. As Nate Roberts made that catch in front of safety Keen Lawrence. Keenholz to Roberts. 1st down, Ohio State.
2 catches, a career high for Nate Roberts. Both those for 1st downs. Good job there by the freshman tight end, and a great throw by Lincoln Keenholz,
To get the Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone.
who's 3 for 3.
Well,
Yeah.
2 tight ends on the right side of the line. Single receivers right and left. Keenholz gets the snap. Hands to Peoples, going around the right side. He gets to the 10, breaks the tackle to the 5, and into the end zone with his 2nd touchdown. James Peoples on a 9-yard run. Sophomore from San Antonio adds 6 more, and it's 47-10 Ohio State.
James Peoples been waiting to get another touchdown, a 2-touchdown game, first of his career. Good job there blocking at the line of scrimmage. He cut it off to his right and then cut it a little wider and got in the end zone. Excellent job on that 8-yard TD run.
And, you know, he had 2 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks of the season last year, but had to wait till now to be able to get into the end zone. Madden Iamaliava gets the snap. Hands it to the running back, who goes right into the arms of Ohio State linebacker T.J. Alford. That stop will be made around the 45. That's where Isaiah Carlson will be stopped, and that's where the game will come to an end tonight here at Ohio Stadium. 48-10. Ohio State defeats UCLA. The nation's best winning streak is now 14 in a row for Ohio State. 48-10, the final. Buckeyes over UCLA. Tonight's broadcast presented by Anduril. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.